What's going on, everybody? Price Tag here with an unboxing video that I couldn't wait to share with you guys. And this is probably going to be part one, and there's going to be another part down the road whenever everything is done. So let's jump right in. So first off, I'd like to say that if you haven't heard about Aquadecor backgrounds, I would highly recommend at least checking them out if you're looking for a unique standalone feature to add to your aquarium. They have all sorts of different models, designs, and features to choose from to make your background truly unique in its own personal way. They have anything from rocky backgrounds, thin, slim, tree trunks, saltwater, and even magnetic rocks to suit your own liking. The website gives you easy to follow installation instructions that you can download and follow through each step. They even have several videos you can follow on installing your background according to the type and size of background you have. These backgrounds are very lightweight, handmade, and durable enough to withstand your regular maintenance work. And there's plenty of examples to choose from. The company is based out of Serbia, so the only way to communicate is through email. But to be honest, that wasn't an issue for me. They were very responsive in a timely manner and were very professional. Before they send out your finished product, they send you plenty of pictures to look at to make sure you are 100% satisfied. And if you want something changed, they will do it and resend you new pictures before being shipped. So as an example you'll see here, I had inquired about my background being darker than I had imagined. They retook some pictures in natural daylight and it made the second look of the background a lot better for me, and I was 100% satisfied after that. Job well done. So here we are, a couple weeks later after ordering, with 2 boxes of Aquadecor custom-made 3D background for my next aquarium. I couldn't wait to get these boxes in the house and unwrapped. I have never put together an aquarium with a background like this, so I'm really excited to share this experience with all of you. So without further ado, let's get this unboxing started. I tried to pick a good spot for you guys to do this unboxing process, so I figured why not do it in front of the Mbuna and the Yellow Labs, Frontosa, and Blue Dolphins. So that note on the top is a thank you letter and essentially a welcome letter to your new Aquadecor background. And I gotta tell you guys that each and every one of these pieces that I pulled out of the boxes was wrapped very, very well. Plenty of wrapping, and you could tell that they wanted to make sure that there was nothing damaged upon transport going from one country to another, of course. Being patient while unwrapping each individual piece was still important to me. I know these are durable, but even with that in mind, I still wanted to be careful. All those circles you see is where the silicone is supposed to be applied when putting it onto the glass. And that's the number 6 piece, and at that top there it's hard to see, but it actually has a number 7 pointing what directions of where it needs to go. So I hope that explanation makes sense. Anyways, moving right along, I knew it was going to take a lot of time. I mean, look how much I had left to unwrap. And I wasn't going to make a video of me unwrapping every single piece. If I did that, this would be a very long video. So this rock that I unboxed just now, I bought several of these to go along with my background. And that hole that's sitting there at the top, that's supposed to be there. That's where you fill that in with water so that way it stays sitting on the bottom as opposed to being a floating rock. This Aquadecor had a very interesting smell. I was very amused by it. Nothing bad, just different. Set that aside, Now I thought this was a pretty cool piece. There were 7 pieces total. But what can I say? Lucky number 7. So this number 4 piece that sits directly next to number 5 when installing it, and that's kind of what I'm showing you here, that middle area is a chamber, and there's 2 pieces like this, and they sit on top of each other. And what that chamber's for is where you place the intake of your filter along with your heater. So that way the background is in front of both of those and you don't even see the intake or the heater, which in my opinion is actually pretty cool. So here's the second bottom piece to where that chamber's at, and that netting you see on top is to prevent smaller fish from possibly swimming into that area so they don't get stuck. And I thought it was kind of neat that they included the Aquadecor little logo on the bottom back side there. I know you won't see it, but I thought that was kind of cool. And there I'm pointing, that's piece 3, and 4 is going on top that we had just seen earlier. Number 1, first piece, starting on the far left side. I told you these guys wrapped all these pieces up really well. I wasn't kidding. And that's the end of big box number 1. Onward to box number 2. And I wanted to point out that they do give this notice that to handle the products with care. Box number 2 is unboxing all the different sizes of rocks I added to my order along with the background. I wanted to do this because I wanted an added effect to my 3D background as well as extra places for the fish to swim around or hide in. I mean, hey, go big or go home, right? I was actually pretty impressed with how all these rocks turned out. There was definitely a lot of handmade detail in each and every one of them, between the light and dark contrast and just the overall look of them. Box number 2 complete. It's a lot to unwrap. So what I was trying to do here is getting a feel of how the pieces were going to put together. But after attempting to just briefly do it here, probably wasn't the most ideal way to do it. So I decided to just stop what I was doing and at least show you guys everything on the floor. I'm going to try to put these in the tank that I have here against the wall, just to see if I can get them to fit. So, I mean, these rocks even turned out really well. I'm really impressed with the quality and like the durability. I mean, it's solid. I mean, it's really neat to have these holes so that way you can fill them up with water, and that way that they stay heavy and they don't float or nothing. But yeah, definite detail and texture, really nice light and dark scheme, the natural rock look. You guys can even see that just the quality of this just by looking at it now. Got all my rocks in here, and it's going to be going in my new tank. So far everything looks fantastic, and you guys are going to be getting a brand new home here in the future. So we'll try to position these in the tank and see if I can make it look pretty close to the picture. This was a challenge alone in itself. I mean, doing anything for the very first time in general can be somewhat nerve-wracking, but to have my very own big aquarium with a custom-made 3D background set up exactly how I want it, I wanted to make sure that each piece I was able to set up and make it look the way I wanted it to before permanently putting silicone on it and applying it to the glass. And that was important to me because I didn't just want to wing it and then put a piece in the wrong place and then regret it and have to buy more pieces. So, better be safe than sorry, at least in my case. The directions on how to install this anyways says to try and fit test this in your tank before siliconing it anyways. So I figured might as well do it. And I had to get smart with some of this because I had to put some of the rocks to kind of keep some of the background up against the glass so that way it wasn't toppling over each other. But once I figured it out, I was able to get everything where I wanted it to. And here we go. Mission complete. And everything literally fit like a glove. It took some time to do it, but it worked. And there's that chamber I was telling you guys about where the intake and heater goes. You see how both of those are going to be hidden behind the background? It's pretty neat. It's going to be really cool whenever this thing is all complete. The added sand, moving the fish over, and having this set up exactly how I want it. I think this is going to look really good. All the pieces fit in together. It's a bit of a challenge to put them in, but the website says in order for you to check for fit and size and everything before you put everything together, silicone it and put all your other like sand and whatnot, and get it set up to make sure you try and fit it in the tank. And see how it fits to make sure it has an exact fit, so that way if there's any issues, which I wasn't expecting none, but just to be on the safe side to put everything together. But as you can see, everything fit in accordingly. I had to kind of put some of the big rocks up against the background just to keep it to stay there, so that way I could position everything to where I needed to. But like the far right and a little over this way is where the intake of the FX6 and the heater in the same little area where it's empty that I showed you. That's where those are going to go. So far, from what I'm seeing, everything fits pretty good. It's just going to be interesting to put everything together whenever I do silicone it. So that's the next step. Overall, I think this is going to look pretty freaking sweet, especially with everything all put together. I can't wait. Like whenever this tank is complete, it's going to be like, wow, like this is going to be probably one of the best tanks and setups that I have ever owned. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Keep an eye out for further videos on this Aquadecor background review. I'm pretty excited to share this entire video series with you guys. So when everything is complete and I'm going through the steps, I can share that experience with you guys. And
it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll see you later. Price tag out.